What's up, tribe? Happy Monday. We are right back here, y'all. I feel like it was just Friday, honey, but that's okay. That's all right. In the DMV area, it was a rainy Monday, so it is what it is. So welcome. But we are here to talk about that Married to Medicine reunion part 1. That reunion part 1, honey. Hold on, let me see what's it say. March the 5th. That's tomorrow, ain't it? March the 5th is tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. So, with that being said, come on in. First of all, I have notes because, I'm trying to do better. I got notes. First of all, they said this was supposed to be a whole Bridgerton theme set. I call it, listen, I need everybody to just stop trying to do Bridgerton, okay? I don't know what about that set was supposed to give me Bridgerton. But for us Bridgerton people, it was not giving Bridgerton. So, number 1, huge fail. Number 2, what was the color scheme for this here reunion? Because I feel like they've been doing a really good job of giving us a cohesive reunion where all the ladies are wearing some sort of color scheme or some sort of cohesiveness. And I just didn't see that in this reunion. We had Contessa and Contessa and Heavenly had on like a gold thing. Simone and Jackie had on white. Sweet Tea had on turquoise. Toya had on like a lilac. And Quad had on like a darker purple. So was Phaedra supposed to wear turquoise and it was going to be like 2-2-2? Like Toya Quad purple, Jackie Simone white, Contessa Heavenly gold. So was Phaedra supposed to wear turquoise? Because I didn't see the color scheme and the color cohesiveness. Okay. Number 3, y'all know I am no fashionista. But if I'm going to be honest, if I have to go through the looks, which I'm not going to go look by look, I'm just going to give you my overall. You think pastels, but then where does gold come in? Because gold is not pastel, correct? Maybe that's what it was, but gold's not pastel, is it? Or was gold supposed to be like the off color? I don't know. But anyway. My 2 favorite looks would have to be Quad and Toya. I know that Toya's dress was extra, but I loved it. I loved the construction of it. I loved the extraness of it. I even loved the way it looked when she was sitting down. It was like she was sitting in the middle of a flower. I thought it was beautiful, gorgeous. Quad, listen, we can say a lot of things about Quad, but Quad seldom gets it wrong when it comes to showing up and showing out. Seldom. Now, she's got it wrong, yeah, but she seldom gets it wrong. Quad looked good, okay? Jackie looked all right. I liked the hair. I didn't hate the dress, but it didn't wow me. Okay? It did not wow me, but I didn't hate the dress. Simone, girl, you know what I wish Simone had done with that dress? You know how that it was the white and the thingy over here, and then like she had the sheer, like the nude color that I guess was supposed to blend in with her skin and give the illusion of that it was that her shoulder was out. I wish she had just gone for it. Like, I didn't like the illusion of the shoulder out. I wish she had just given us shoulder out. Get rid of that sheer and just give us shoulder out. I didn't like that. I didn't like those sheer cuts. Like, I wish she had just given us, just took that sheer out and just shoulder out. But I still don't know if I would have liked the dress, but I think I would have liked it better. Heavenly looked all right. I liked her. I liked the picture of her dress better than when we actually saw it. I just didn't. She looked all right. We've seen Heavenly look worse, but she looked all right. Contessa, I told y'all, I just feel like Contessa been trolling us all season, and so I just feel like she's continuing to troll us and moving on like that. Sweet Tea, just know. Just know. I don't know what you were going for. I don't know what it was supposed to be, but I'm going to just say no. Just no. The hair, that turquoise, just a no. And then you had a nerve to be like, I want to be the last one to come out. I want to come out after Quad. You sure about that? You sure you want to walk out after Quad? I don't think you thought that one through. Because I don't think you should have wanted to come behind Quad. I don't think that was a good decision on your part. And then it was funny when she came out there, girl, nobody gave nothing. Hey, Chuck Boo. Moving right along. Phaedra was not there. So, of course, the first thing they had to do was address the elephant in the room was the fact that Phaedra was not there. Listen. Phaedra was an epic fail. The faster, the sooner that everybody acknowledges that it was a bad decision across the board, the faster we can just move on. It was never going to be a good idea. Phaedra and where she comes from and her style of reality TV is not fit for what Married to Medicine normally does, because this season was an outlier, right? But what I find interesting, see, the other thing too, Phaedra, is you used to being around a bunch of women that let you get away with that bullshit. See, you were on the Housewives for years that let you get away with that. And when I say like people, you had people like Nene that called you on certain things and that kind of stuff. But overall, they let you get away with that bullshit, Phaedra. It wasn't until that last season where you basically got called on the carpet and you kind of went too far, and that's where it was kind of like the end of the road for you. But look at how much shit that Phaedra got. Phaedra got away with not telling us what was going on in her real life. Phaedra got away with lying about, well, she didn't really get away with it, but Phaedra sat there and lied to them women from the day she got on that show about her pregnancy, about her marriage, about Apollo. And even when Apollo was in trouble, about, you know, Apollo going to jail and not going, she was allowed to not speak on things that she didn't want to speak on and things that were uncomfortable for her. She was allowed to create these fake storylines like, you really in your law office taking clients. Like, we ain't gonna forget about that client that you represented in court and then went out in that parking lot and took that cash from that man. And all of us was like, should she have put that on camera? Is that what? And see, these ladies wasn't gonna let you do it. See, when you sat there and was like with the Met Gala and was like, oh, don't worry about it, $100,000. Oh, I got it. See, what you used to is, you used to doing that kind of shit and saying that kind of thing, and then people letting you get away with it and moving right along. You know what I'm saying? And what happened was these women held you accountable because these women was like, no. This is not no fake charity event for a reality show. We're not filming a scene. This was a real event where we expected real people to pay the money that they said they was going to pay. This wasn't fake. So no, ma'am, you can't just be like, oh, don't worry about it, I'll cut you a check. And see, when they called you on that shit, now they was mean girls. Now they was doing too much. No, you the one that said on camera that $100,000 wasn't nothing but a thing for you. See, this was a real charity event that had Dr. Jackie's name on it, and she wasn't playing them kind of games with you. Then this whole situation with Apollo and Shaq and all of that. See, you thought that you was going to show up with Shaq and play that game in Apollo face and it wasn't going to be no problems. Again, I still think it was shady as hell for them to bring Apollo on to film with you. But like the lady said, you bought Shaq and that shit backfired on you. You bought Shaq and that shit backfired on you. So now they're the messy ones. Now I told y'all what during the season, I did not agree with them bringing Apollo. I'm never going to change that. Okay. But I also told y'all Phaedra knew what it was when Heavenly called her. And then we found out at the reunion that Heavenly had an off-camera phone call with her where she told her, look, girl, production want Apollo to film. You good with that? And Phaedra was like, allegedly, Phaedra was like, child, I know how to get to Apollo. He think he, I know I know how to push his buttons. I don't care if he come or not. Which tells me that this was all a setup. You was going to bring Shaq and you knew what it was. I absolutely believe that. I told y'all during the season that Shaq even coming to that speed dating was a setup. I don't believe for a minute that Phaedra didn't already know who he was and that Phaedra didn't already know that he knew Apollo. I don't believe that. I absolutely, baby, them Atlanta streets is too tight. Them Atlanta streets is too tight for you not to know that this was one of Apollo's friends. I don't believe it. I believe it was a setup from the beginning. That is what I believe. And I agree. I don't think Apollo should have been there. I agree 100%. But that was messy, and that was messy on production and on Apollo. But again, Phaedra didn't come. Some people, everybody has their own opinion about it. I personally think it's messed up that Phaedra did not come. And I think that Phaedra is putting all her eggs in the Real Housewives of Atlanta basket. And I don't think that's going to pan out for her the way she thinks it's going to pan out for her. I just don't think it's going to turn out the way she thinks it's going to turn out. I just don't. I don't believe that. Because honestly, I feel like, first of all, by the time you come on this season, everybody's going to be looking at you like, girl, what you doing here? Like, girl, what you doing here? Because right now, especially after last night's episode, the season is heating up. And the rivalries and the links and the cliques are already forming. And you're going to come on here, and I guess you're going to be a side chick to Phaedra after her and Shamia really fall out. But ain't nobody here for that. I mean, everybody has fans. We've had that conversation. Everybody has fans. So I'm not saying Phaedra won't have a fan in the group. What I am saying is, ain't nobody trying to hear all of that. Moving right along. Did I say the wrong name? I meant Porsha. If I didn't say Porsha, I meant Porsha. Thank you, Caramel Kisses. I think she should have been held accountable. Right. I mean, the problem though is she jumped ship and she went on another show. She's already filmed the Real Housewives, but I will say this. We all know how Bravo Andy rolls. And Bravo Andy is very, very, very sensitive about his reunions. He is very sensitive about his reunions. And I will be interested to see what her situation looks like come next season for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. The fact that she didn't show up to the reunion. Like, girl, you act like you changed networks. You didn't change networks. You just changed shows. And at the end of the day, Andy is daddy to all of y'all. So I heard Porsha only filmed. Yeah, she's literally at the tail end. She's that's why I didn't understand why she was even in. I mean, I do understand because she's Phaedra Parks, but girl, she's not even there. But it'll be very interesting to see what happens next season because again, Andy don't like that kind of shit. He does not like it. He does not like when people don't come to the reunion. He does not. So moving right along. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure. Listen, I'm gonna just go through my notes. I'm not sure in which order that this stuff came up. So I'm just gonna. Hey, Ravine, thank you, and thank you, Sabrea Ravine, for hitting the likes, the thumbs up. If you haven't done so, it's 115 of y'all in here. If we could get at least 75 likes. Andy does like Phaedra, but Andy also doesn't. He don't play them games when people don't come to the reunion. He does not play those games. He likes Phaedra, but we also know that Phaedra ain't gonna make or break Real Housewives of Atlanta. Phaedra is not gonna make or break the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yes, he does like Phaedra, but I think she's gonna overestimate. Mary did come back. You're right. Mary absolutely came back. And I think that might be one of the first times in My Real Housewives scholars, tell me who else skipped the reunion without a legitimate reason and was able to come back the next. Because remember, Mary took a season off, but see, they went to Mary. Mary didn't come back to them because they were desperate after Jen Shaw. They were desperate, and they went back to Mary. But you're right. Mary did come back. So, and I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it'll be interesting to see what that looks like. So moving right along. The next thing we do quads package, right? So they go through the whole. Can I tell you, I'm so sick of talking about Napa. I am so sick of talking about Napa. Listen. And then we found out something we didn't know. Come to find out, Simone played an audible, and she was the one that told Quad to leave. According to the rest of the ladies, they didn't know that Quad was asked to leave. Now, was that new information to y'all? Because that was new information to me. I didn't know that Simone went out on her own and told Quad to go home, that the rest of the ladies didn't know that she was doing that. I know that the rest of the ladies knew that Simone went to talk to Quad, but I didn't know that the rest of the ladies knew that Simone told Quad to leave. I didn't know that. And then I remember over the off season when Simone told Quad, "But why did you leave? Why did you leave?" And Quad was like, "Because you asked me to go. Like I ain't never trying to be nowhere I'm not wanted." I didn't remember that. Simone was the spokesperson of the group, right? But I thought that Simone was doing what they asked her to do. So, well, if they lied, Simone didn't correct them. And if she corrected them, they edited it out because Simone didn't say that's a lie. Simone didn't say y'all knew. Simone just sat there. And when Andy asked her, she said, no, they didn't know. So if it's a lie, they done came up with the lie. That's all. Simone, if it's a lie, Simone falling on the sword, and I don't know why she would. I wouldn't. Ain't no way in hell I would. I'm sorry, I don't believe Toya at least didn't know. Baby, all of them said they didn't know. All of them said they didn't know. But I told y'all, if y'all go back to my reviews last season, I told y'all last season when they filmed that scene before they went to Napa, when all of them went out to eat, and they were like, yeah, we're going to give Quad one last chance, and if Quad don't do this and if Quad don't do that, then, we're just going to have to make a decision about her and this group. Remember, I told y'all last season that I thought that scene was filmed out of sequence. Didn't I tell y'all that I felt like that scene was filmed after they went to Napa and they were setting up what happened in Napa to make it seem like they were all like, yeah, Quad's on her last leg, and if she don't act right in Napa, we're going to kick her out. I told y'all then that I felt like that was a cleanup scene. It felt like it was out of order. It did not feel like it happened before they left for Napa. And if, I ain't saying it is or it isn't, but if Simone did call an audible and she asked Quad to leave and the other ladies weren't in agreement, that's why they filmed that scene, to make it look like they were all on the same page. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. At this point, I honestly don't even care no more. I honestly don't care anymore. But here's what I am going to say. Simone, Dr.SImone, hey, right here. Y'all know what I can't stand? Here's what I can't stand. I cannot stand for me to have an issue with somebody. And I told you, let me just use the example of you calling me a bitch. If you call me out my name and I tell you, listen, I know that it might be cool for other people, and other people may not have a problem with you calling them a bitch, but I don't like it. I don't play the bitch game. Please don't call me out my name. Please don't do that. I don't play that. Here's what and you apologize and we move forward. Here's what I can't stand. I can't stand for us to revisit it and you to do it all over again. Don't revisit it and be like, well, this bitch really be. She didn't like the fact that I called her a bitch. Last night, Y'all had Simone and Quad had a whole conversation about how Quad didn't appreciate the fact that Simone brought up what happened at her house with the pool. Simone said, I was wrong for bringing it up, and I apologized to Quad, and I sincerely apologized. And then literally Simone in the very next breath said, but when somebody goes through something that catastrophic, girl, why are we still talking about it? I'm going to be there for you. Why are you doubling down on what you already apologized for bringing up the first time? Why are you bringing it up again? I was like, Simone, what the fuck? Why are we bringing this up again? So then Toya starts talking about how none of the apologies were authentic, which I'm sure hurt Quad, because Quad was like, well, I felt like all of the apologies were genuine, and that's the light in which I accepted them. Baby, Toya was calling all their asses out. Toya was like, listen, Jackie just didn't want to keep arguing with you, and so she just said, okay, Quad, you're right, I'm sorry. And baby, Quad was like, Dr. Jackie, is that true? She didn't say Dr. Jackie, is that true? Jackie said, in the beginning, it was sincere, but it just kept going on and on and on. So yeah, I just was like, I'm sorry. She said, but it was sincere in the beginning. Because honestly, Quad, how many times do you want these women to apologize? Because at the end of the day, either you're going to accept the apology or you're not. And I'm one of those people, I've told y'all before, it's okay to tell somebody, I can't accept your apology. I'm not there yet. It's okay to say that. But stop making these women apologize when they done already apologized. At the end of the day, either you're going to take it or you're not. Either you're going to think it's sincere or you're not. Either you're going to accept it or you're not. But what we're not going to do is I'm not going to keep apologizing to you for the same shit. I'm just not. But what I'm saying, I hear what you're saying, SCK, but what I'm saying is she still brought it up. Don't even bring it up. If you feel bad for bringing it up, don't bring it up again. Just say, I apologize for other things, but I never apologize for Napa because I don't feel like I was wrong. That's it. Don't once again refer to, oh, well, you had this catastrophic event happen. Because now we're right back where we started. Because that's what she said last year. Now, Dr. Heavenly on the end talking about something. I meant it. I was sincere. Girl, Heavenly, go sit down somewhere. Because the minute you get mad at Quad, you're going to take all that shit back and you're going to talk your shit. The minute Quad does something to piss you off or says something to piss you off, you're going to be right back where you started. So I ain't trying to hear that, Heavenly. You'll be the first one. Moving right along. Exactly, because I'm sick of exactly, Steph. Steph said, why are they talking about Napa? I'm trying to get better about reading the comments. With that, I'm responding to y'all. Why are they talking about Napa? This tells us they don't have nothing going on. Right, because when we went back to Napa, I was like, because they brought up the whole her not being invited to what was it? Not Freaknik, but damn it, what's their last name? Whatever their gate, their Nick was. And she said, well, because me and Quad weren't speaking, and Quad, and Quad. Child, listen. Sometimes, Whitgate, that's what it was, Whitgate. Sometimes, and I understand we're on a TV show. I get that. I understand we're on a TV show. I said Whitgate, Whitney. Thank you, Kenya, Whitney. But sometimes, relationships just run their course. Simone and Quad at one point in time, I think, were friends. I think they went through some things. I think they really did bond on some stuff, but they're just not there anymore. I think sincerely in the bottom of her heart, Simone just does not like Quad. Whatever her reasons are for not liking Quad, but I think she really just does not like Quad. And because they're on this show together, they're forced to be around each other. So they're forced to pretend like they really miss the friendship, which I just don't think they do. I don't think Quad misses Simone, and I don't think Simone misses Quad. But I think that they have to play it out because they have to come together every 6 months, 6 to 8 months to film this show for 2 months and pretend like they like each other, or at least pretend like they're going through it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's just my opinion. Let me go to my notes, child, because I be rambling. Okay. I noticed early on that Toya had a lot of smoke for T, and I just didn't know where it was coming from. I stopped watching T's reviews, so I don't know what she was saying over on her YouTube channel, because honestly, child, I stopped watching it. And I was wrong. I told y'all that I thought Sweet Tea was pregnant, and she was covering it up, and she was going to reveal it at the reunion. Child, I was wrong. She ain't pregnant. Okay. But I noticed early on that Toya is coming for Sweet Tea the whole reunion, at least this whole first part. Now we get to it at the end, and I'll wait till I get to my notes. But we finally get to it at the end that Toya feels like Sweet Tea been coming for her and dropping subliminals, and she wasn't feeling it. She didn't appreciate it. Okay, so then we do. Hold on, I talked about that. So then we get into the Quad and Sweet Tea of it all. Y'all, can I tell y'all I'm over that too? I don't care. I'm over the Quad Sweet Tea. I'm over it. I'm tired and I'm over it of it. I'm tired and I'm over. I'm over and I'm tired. There's no world where y'all are going to be friends. There's no universe that exists where y'all are going to be friends. If it weren't for this show, y'all wouldn't even be in each other's space. T went on live the night before the reunion talking about Toya. Okay. Telling on Toya and she didn't like it. Okay. Yeah. I personally just feel like I mean, I get it. But there's just no world where y'all are going to be friends. It just is. There is no universe where that was ever going to happen. Sweet Tea, you and Greg were brought back on this show to do exactly what y'all did, which was get under Quad's skin. That is it, and that is all. It was petty on production's part. It was petty on your castmates' part. And it was meant to do exactly what it did, which is to get under Quad's skin, create a storyline, create buzz, make all of us run over and watch it and see what was going to happen. I do think that in the beginning, I do think that when Toya was mad at Quad, when Dr.SImone was mad at Quad, I do think they did hang out with Sweet Tea and they did welcome Sweet Tea into the group. And again, we know for a fact that they spent time together outside of filming. And I feel bad on Sweet Tea's part because she thought it was real. She thought these women really gave a damn about her. She thought these women really liked her. It were really welcoming her into the group and not realizing that she was a whole pawn in this game. And then when she realized she was a pawn, she didn't identify the chess pieces. She thought Heavenly was the queen that she needed to destroy, when in all actuality, all of them were playing a position. And if you play chess, you understand exactly what I just said. In chess, it ain't always the queen that's going to get you. You have the rook, you got the bishop, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was playing a position, and at one point, they were all attacking. And poor Sweet Tea had to play defense against everybody. She was never on offense. She was never on offense. Never on offense. I like Toya. I believe what Sweet Tea said about Toya. I don't think they like her. They just don't like her more than Quad. All of this hate from Quad should have been last season. Why this season it seems fake now. I feel bad for her. She thought they really liked her. They used her to get the Quad. What you mean, SCK? All of this hate from Quad that should have been last season. Why this season? You mean all this hate from Quad towards who? Because remember, Quad ain't filmed but 3 episodes last season. So she didn't have time to show no whole lot of hate. She was only on 3 episodes. So, I mean, I don't know how much she could have done. They used her. Now they don't need her anymore. Oh, congratulations, Tracy. Tracy and her husband celebrated 11 years of marriage on Saturday. Everybody wish Tracy a happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Yes. I don't feel bad for Sweet Tea. She came on not ready for the assignment. Well, she came on again thinking that Toya and she really thought that Toya and Simone were her friends, and they weren't. They just were not. And quiet as kept and loud as it is, Contessa ain't your friend. You and Contessa have bonded over y'all's dislike for Dr. Heavenly. Contessa ain't your friend. She's not. She's not. Because low-key, Contessa think that Greg is abusing you. If you looked at that interview, and I only looked at a couple of clips, I ain't look at the whole thing, but low-key, Contessa was coming at you like, well, girl, you know if you need to talk, if you got something going on, you always got a place to stay at my house. You don't have to stay there if you don't want to stay there. Girl, she said that on camera. So low-key, that tells me you think it's something going on in that house too. Maybe it takes one to know one. I don't know. If she was concerned about having her ex on there every episode, she should have been upset instead of hugging them, being nice for the time she was on there. She hugged Greg. She hugged Greg on that last episode when she was trying to keep her job. Baby, that was self-preservation. When she hugged Dr. Gregory on that last episode, baby, that's after she had already been kicked off the island. She was trying to get her job back and keep her job. But in the beginning, she showed up at Sweet Tea's bridal shower because, again, Quad knew what it was. It's a reality TV show. Quad knew what it was. Quad knew what was going on, and Quad knew exactly what it was. Oh, because like she said, I showed up. My call time told me to show up this time in this place, dressed like this, and that's what I did. She knew what it was. See, when it comes to reality TV shows and stuff like that, I don't take it the same way as in real life. I just don't get why Quad isn't more mad at the doctors who first denied her abuse and then conspired to bring Greg and Sweet Tea on the show to push her. Exactly. But see, that's why in my mind, and I've said this to y'all before too, and I said this to y'all last year, and I'll keep saying it because it's my opinion about it. Quad is not friends with none of these women in real life. In real life, none of these women. When we see Quad having parties at her house and having get-togethers at her house, we don't never see not near person from the show, including Dr. Heavenly. When we look, I follow Quad on Instagram. When Quad has girls' nights at her house, and when Quad goes on vacation and Quad does those things, you never see any of those women at Quad's house on vacation with Quad, not near one of them. We've seen last year for Dr. Jackie's 60th birthday, Heavenly and Dr. Jackie went to Italy I think they went to Italy for like a week, and that was all over social media. We've seen Toya and Simone hanging out when they're not filming. We've seen those things. We've seen Contessa hanging out with certain people during. I ain't gonna say never, but in the last, let's say 3 or 4 years, when have y'all seen Quad hanging out with any of these women when them cameras wasn't around? Quad is not friends with these women in real life, so I don't think we can use the same barometer to measure their friendship because they're not friends. They film together and they play. And maybe it does go back to Quad's divorce and them not believing her or them not supporting her. It may very well connect back to that. Exactly. They are co-workers. Those are her co-workers. So going back to when Quad made them comments at her party about Sister Circle and how those are her real friends and them women really get her, was it a dig at the Married to Medicine girls? Yeah, it was a dig at them. But at the same time, it is what it is. Quad wants to keep a neutral relationship with the ladies, not as a friend, but as a coworker, if they can film together. Exactly, Cali girl. Exactly. Quad know what. That's why I'm saying when she showed up at Sweet Tea's bridal shower with a gift and being nice, that wasn't about her being fake. Quad knew what it was. Quad knew what the setup was. She's not stupid. She knows exactly why Sweet Tea was brought on this show. And Quad was not going to get them women that satisfaction. That's how I took it. I took it as Quad wasn't going to get them women the satisfaction. But the difference between last season and this season, to me, and I could be wrong, but to me, the women came back around to Quad. So then Quad felt like she had an army. So now I can go at Sweet Tea because the ladies are back on my side. They don't want to hang with her. Remember, they said Quad wasn't married, so she didn't need to be around them. Oh, Lord, I don't remember that, but I believe it. I believe they said it. Heavenly told Quad the plan about T, so she couldn't be mad. Yeah, she knew what was going on. She definitely knew what it was. I might be going out of order, y'all, because we all over the place, and I'm just talking and running my mouth too. So we might be all over the place. Toya, they made a big deal about Toya being honest about the ladies this year, and they talked about her and Eugene's relationship. And honestly, at this point, child, if Eugene like it, I love it. If Eugene like Toya and her craziness and the crazy shit she let come out her mouth, child, I can't be more mad than Eugene is. If Eugene don't care about Toya talking about, I would have never dated you in high school and I dated popular kids and you were a nerd. If Eugene don't give a damn, I don't give a damn. But okay. I wrote Quad and Sweet Tea spar. Quad told Sweet Tea, you wouldn't be here without me. Sweet Tea responded, you don't need basic. I'm paraphrasing. You don't belong here. I'm the one married to medicine. And they went back and forth. And Andy let them go back and forth for a minute for obvious reasons, child. They needed to get it out. But can I say something? And this is going to be one of those moments where I need y'all to separate y'all's personal feelings from what I'm getting ready to say. You ain't got to like Quad. You ain't got to like Sweet Tea. Separate what I'm saying from how you personally feel about these people. Sweet Tea, you wasn't ready. Sweet Tea, you clearly planned out those reads. You clearly had those reads pre-planned in practice. Somebody might have even helped you write them. Baby, you wasn't ready for Quad. Now listen, people can say a lot of things about Miss Quad, but Miss Quad can read. And Miss Quad is quick. And you wasn't ready. You wasn't ready. And when Quad was coming back at you, you ain't know what to do because you had wrote them reads out and you had practiced them. And Quad, child, you wasn't ready. Xavier said, Sweet Tea's reads weren't ready. Her dress wasn't ready. She was just clearly unprepared. And did you see how the rest of the ladies was just, Now we found out about Toya. Well, we knew Toya had moved into a new house, but we got a glimpse at Toya's house. And Andy threw a little dig in there, baby. Andy threw a little dig. He said, so Toya, is this your fourth house? Toya was like, maybe our fifth. Like, you ain't about to play with me. Maybe it might have been our fifth, Andy. It might be the fifth one. Look, again, at this point, Toya and her houses are not even a storyline. Child, once again, if her and Eugene are okay with moving from house to house to house, Buying, selling, moving, buying, selling, renting, moving, renting, selling, buying, building, buying, building. If they listen, if they like it, I love it. She absolutely was. When she said you're a non-motherfucking factor and everybody giggled, see, that's when you knew it was time to stop. You literally stole one of the most famous lines in the history of reality TV and tried to throw it at Quad and really thought it was going to land. Ma'am, there's a way to steal somebody's line and throw it. If she had said, in the words of the great Evelyn Lozada, you're a like, if you had acknowledged or something like that, there's a way that you could have done that and got a little something. But when you threw it out there like you was really doing it, girl. No, ma'am. I mean, this woman made t-shirts and everything. Like, everybody knows the Evelyn Lozada, you're a non-motherfucker. Like, everybody knows. Yeah, at one point, Simone just went over there and told her, shut up. Simone just said, girl, just shut up. Just shut up. J12 said no. Ain't no way she could have made that line work. She said, no, really be. She couldn't have made it work. Not Miss Kiki said she had the shirt. Okay. All right, that's it. We almost done with my notes, child. We almost done with my notes. Simone versus Quad. Y'all, I feel like I've already addressed this, so I'm not going to I feel like I'm just going to end up repeating what I've already said. Listen. They're not friends anymore. I'm not even going to say they don't like each other. I'm not going to say they don't like each other, but they're not friends anymore. Right? Simone cannot let go of whatever her issue is with Quad. And I honestly do think it's Simone holding. Now, I know we give Quad a lot for bringing up the past and always talking about what happened in the past. But on this one, I think this one's on Simone. And we see next week where Simone and Quad really get into a full-on, yelling match. So I kind of hold on till next week to see more of what it is. But I think I've already addressed what happened in last night's episode. But yeah, at the end of the day, y'all, they're not friends anymore. And again, it's okay. If this were real life, sometimes friends just drift apart and it's okay. But because they are forced to film with each other, we have to go through this whole situation. Okay. Moving right along. Okay, I already addressed this too. The real life apology, the fake apology. I've already addressed that too. Toya and Sweet Tea. Y'all told me that the reason why Toya had so much smoke for Sweet Tea is because Sweet Tea had gone live the night before. I think I do remember that now. I think I remember what y'all talking about now. So, yeah, I don't really have a whole lot more for that. I mean, Toya, baby, once again, Sweet Tea, you are outmatched. You listen, we knew. Sweet Tea, girl, we knew you was in trouble last year when you couldn't hang with Dr. Jackie. When you could not hang with Dr. Jackie and you literally just had to tell her to shut the fuck up. That's when we knew if you can't spar with Dr. Jackie, baby, you can't handle nobody else on this show. Baby, when they was asking Toya about her house, and Toya said, when Andy tried to throw her that shade, and Andy said, well, at least my name is on the deed. At least it is my house. I own it. Baby. And the rest of the she said, no, at least, that's what I'm sorry. She said, at least I didn't move into somebody else's house. That's what she said. Baby, it took me a second. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I heard it and I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh, she talking about Sweet Tea. It took me a second. Baby, when I tell you, the way they got the giggling, on that couch. And again, sweet tea. She said, what you mean? My name is on that house now. My name is on the deed now. No, it's not. And then she said, well, my house is paid off. I got a paid off house. The house might be paid off. I ain't about to sit here and tell you that house ain't paid off. But I ain't gonna go through the trouble of going down to the record, the deeds and records. It's probably public record. I don't know. But when I tell you, I don't a bit more believe that Gregory done went down to the place and put Sweet Tea name on the deed to that house, then I believe that the moon is made of cheese. Ain't no way that I believe that Dr. Gregory, the Gregory we see on this show, went down to that place, especially after going through the divorce, and he said Quad stole everything out the damn house. You think for 1 minute I believe that Gregory put Sweet Tea's name on that deed? Girl, bye. You looked a whole fool. Because you sounded like you was lying when you said it. You sounded like you was lying when you said it. Right, and his sleep number bed. He was mad about that sleep number bed, honey. But yeah, like, ain't no way in the world I believe that Greg put your name on that house. I just don't believe it. Now, prove me to be a liar, Sweet Tea. Go down to your YouTube channel and show us the deed with your name on there. Prove me to be a liar. But I'm a bit more believer than the man in the moon. He would have to if we live in Texas. Well, they live in Georgia, so. And we know Quad name wasn't on that house, because if Quad name was on that house, we know she'd have tried to get it. Child, they did show that Mini Cooper, honey. I guess that's the law in Texas. Somebody said that if it was Texas, they would have to. I guess that's the law in Texas. So Gregory put her name on the house because she's a disabled veteran and his cheapskate ass doesn't want to pay property taxes. Oh, wait a minute. Auntie Kim, tell us more. Tell us more. So wait a minute, because I don't know about all these things. So she's a disabled vet. So if she's a disabled vet, and she has her name on the house, he don't have to pay property taxes? Is that how that works? I'm not even being funny, y'all. I don't know these things. Is that how that works? Now, Auntie Kim, I don't know nothing about it. But now, if it is financially advantageous, then yeah, I believe he did it. Now, if it's financially advantageous, then yeah, I believe he did it. If he's going to get something out of it, then that's a different conversation. But even then, I would still say, Sweet Tea, that still ain't no clout, because he just using you. He ain't put your name on that house because he thinks that y'all are equal and he wants you to have it. I still don't. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But okay, if she's a 100% disabled veteran, okay. See, I don't know these things, but that's an interesting point of view. Thank you for that information. Okay, Miss Kiki said, yes, I'm a vet, and if she's a 100% disabled vet, he did it. I don't think she's a 100% disabled. And again, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because if you're 100% disabled, can you work a regular job? Quad's name was also on the deed. She stated that last time she saw him before he came back on the show was to sign the deed over. Oh. You can still work. Okay. I thought if you were 100% disabled, you couldn't work. I thought if you were like partially disabled. But again, I don't know. You know, I don't know anything about it. Okay, VA disability doesn't have anything to do with regular disability. Thank you for the super chat, Latasha, and thank you for that information because I did not know that either. Okay, all right. I still don't think it's a flex if your name is on that house because I still don't think it's a flex, but go off, child. Okay, any medical problems received. So that doesn't, okay, I got what y'all saying. Not the same as regular disability. Got you. I got you. Because I have friends who are disabled vets, but I don't know. I've never asked them all of those details. Is it 100%? Is it? I never got into their business like that, child. Yes, under federal law, as long as you do not work in the field that is against your limitations listed by your doctor. Oh, okay. Got it. I still want to see the deed, though. I still want to see the deed. I'm being honest with y'all. Because Sweet Tea just sounded like she was lying when she said it. She sounded like she was just trying to get back in there, child. She sounded like she was lying. Oh, shit. I was supposed to be on the meeting at 4:30. Damn it. I missed. Oh, Lord. Damn. My bad, y'all. That's why Greg said several times that he was more than fair in the divorce. Okay. Okay. All right. See, that's why I love doing these live because y'all be learning me things. And yes, I meant to say learn before somebody correct me. I'm being funny. But I still think if he did do it, he only did it for financial reasons. I don't think he did it because he sees T as equal or he wants to make sure she's good. Like, I don't believe none of that, boy. They ain't even been married. They've been married barely a year, child. I don't believe it. But moving right along, last but not least, we have this whole Contessa, Dr. Heavenly. Can I tell y'all I'm sick of that too? I mean, I get it. It's a reunion, so we have to talk about what happened during the season. But I'm going to be honest. I was sick of the Contessa, Dr. Heavenly before the season even started. The minute I found out Contessa was coming back to the show, I was like, here we go with this bullshit. Here we go. I knew then it was going to be some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Contessa, you came down here and told people your business. Heavenly talked about your business. She apologized. Y'all fought about it. Y'all ain't spoken in a year and a half, whatever the situation might be. At this point, I'm gonna go back to the Simone Quad situation. Y'all just ain't friends no more. Some things happen and people can't come back from it. Contessa, you have every right to feel how you feel. Heavenly is who she is. She's not going to stop being who she is. She's not going to stop doing what she does. At this point, y'all just need to agree to be co-workers because that's what y'all are. Right. She did actually go on Heavenly's YouTube channel and she did talk about it. Cajun, can you go? It's on JoJo's channel. Do you have the link for JoJo's channel? Are you the only mod in here? Xavier, one of my mods, CC Freak. Can you go get JoJo's link for me, please, and drop it in the chat? The Whether You Like It or Not panel. Thank you for asking, Cajun. The Whether You Like It or Not panel is going to be on JoJo's channel tonight at 8:30-ish. So we're going to drop the link before we get out of here. Thank y'all. There it is right there. Xavier dropped it. If y'all, that's it right there. So y'all meet us over there at 8:30-ish because y'all know last night's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta was a good episode. So we're going to be cutting up. But yeah, honestly, so then they brought up the whole Dr. Heavenly, like Dr. Damon got a baby and I guess he's supposed to be dating a white woman. Listen. And then they were like, well, have you heard it on the streets? Has anybody else heard it on the streets? And then Simone talking about something. Well, this was some woman told me that Dr. Damon asked for her phone number. And Toya was like, well, I have heard the rumors. Like, again, at the end of the day, I feel like there's probably rumors in them streets about all of their husbands. I ain't saying that Dr. Damon is a saint. I ain't saying if he did or he didn't, if he was or he wasn't. But I'm going to say the same thing about Dr. Damon that I said about Marceau over to the Love and Marriage Huntsville. At this point, just, I don't care. Either show me the receipts or let's leave it alone. When Mariah talking about you want to see the receipts? Do you want to? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Now, Mariah went over on Carlos King and said she did really have receipts, but the only reason why she didn't show the receipts is because she didn't want to tear down another black man, and she didn't want to mess up a black man's family. And she said that Damon, I think she said Damon asked her not to do it. I don't know. I ain't saying Mariah lying or not. I don't know, because I don't put nothing past any man. As much as I might like Dr. Damon, although this season I saw a different side of Dr. Damon that I did not like. But I don't put it past no man to be. I ain't saying that any man is a saint. I ain't saying that any man is above reproach. But what I am saying is, at this point, show me the receipts or shut the hell up. Show me the receipts or shut the hell up. Because Mariah said that shit, 7 years ago? And if ain't nothing hit the block, listen, listen, they found Cecil big ass in an airport. Okay? I ain't saying that Damon is a saint, but just show me. That's all. So that was the episode, you guys. That was the part 1 of the reunion. I know we're gonna get a 3-part next week. It looks like the guys are gonna come on. It looks like we're gonna see the whole screaming match between Quad and Simone. We're gonna see how that breaks down. And I guess part 3 is gonna be a throwaway, because generally one of the 3 is a throwaway. So it looks like the throwaway is gonna be part 3, child. Cecil was on the golf course. Curtis was at the airport. That's probably why he's so mad at Greg, because he didn't back him up on cheating. Well, we never proved that Cecil was cheating. Simone just didn't like their relationship and thought that it was an inappropriate relationship. I don't think we ever found that they were actually cheating. They on NDAs. Listen, they might be. Like I said, I'm not saying that these men are saints. All I'm saying is until you can show me, I don't want to hear it. I'm just sick of it. And again, I'm not saying that Damon is perfect and he's above reproach and he ain't never did nothing. Oh, shoot. That's not what I meant to do. And he ain't never did nothing. I ain't saying that. All I'm saying is at this point, I'm tired of hearing about Damon cheated and Damon got a baby and Damon this and Damon that. And I got the receipts. Child, Mariah, if you got the receipts, girl, anonymously send them to a blog. Don't send them to me though, because I don't want it. But send them to a blog. Send them to Tasha. Send them to somebody that's gonna put the shit out. If you really had the receipts, girl, send them. Send them to somebody that's gonna put them receipts out. Don't send them to me, because I'm not doing it. But send them to somebody that's gonna put them receipts out. All right. I think Damon cheated when Greg was cheating. Damon didn't back Greg up about King. Mariah pulled a Martell. These women are trained not to approach Heavenly. Simone is not strong enough for Cecil to have women friends. That's why she don't like Quad. Cecil likes Quad. Yeah, Cecil and Quad are they're cool. Yeah, and you know what? That might be where this all stems from. That might be where this all comes from. But anyway, y'all, we about to head over to El Teddy's house. I set up the redirect. So those of you that want to join us over at El Teddy's, you don't have to do nothing, honey. You don't have to do nothing. You're going to be redirected over there. Everybody else, I will see you tonight at JoJo's. That's the link. It's in the chat. Thank you guys for dropping the link for me. We'll be there around 8:30-ish. With that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace.